Hello, welcome to this new episode of the Ali Show TV. It's episode 408 from March the 17th of the year 2025. Today is a Monday, and today's show is what happens during sleep. We're going to start a five shows, on sleep and dreaming, and the sleep state, and what happens at night. I've shared many times during chats, during invitations to our channels, during my own podcast, that sleeping is so important. Okay. If you think about it, for everyone that is asking about meditation, that everyone that is asking about techniques, that everyone that is asking about how do I connect with my spirituality, how do I leave this material world behind, which is, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't mean it in a bad way. I'm just saying, how do I connect to the other side? Well, sleep is for that. Do you think the universe was not going to provide a natural method that you do every day? At least if you don't sleep, you die. Same as if you don't breathe, you die. If you don't eat, you die. If you don't drink water, you die. And if you don't sleep, you die. So those four things are pretty important in a way. And sleeping is probably similar to eating. I mean, we can go, I don't know, maybe eating, we can go more than that just with water, 40 days, 30 days, depending on your situation. If you're really skinny, you cannot go that long, certainly, because you basically use whatever you have in your body as food until eventually it runs out. And that's what happens, unfortunately, with the horrible death that especially children in Africa, especially in Africa, suffer by dying of hunger. Okay, that's a horrible way to die. So going back to the subject, you must get some kind of sleep every night, every couple of nights, maybe something like that. And most of the people who share this say I'm exaggerating, but something feels in me that the universe intended for us to be 12 hours in this reality and 12 hours in the sleep state. And that will make up the 24-hour day. Of course, I share that with people and say, hey, 12 hours is not going to cut it as far as awake time, because I need to work. I need my personal time. I need my fun time. I need my family time. And I need more than that. Okay. So I think that has shifted. When you're young, I think you sleep 9 to 10 hours, adults 8. And I think the reality is more like 6. And I've heard some people going with 4 and 3. That's really low. Okay. Something in me tells me the universe designed us. We will be thriving as a humanity, as a planet. It will be 12 hours in awake state and 12 hours in sleep state. Sleep and dreaming is amazing. I think a lot of things happen there. The support video we're going to watch today focus on how the mind works and how the activity of the mind is actually higher during sleep. That's surprising to some. Yeah, that's real. Actually, as the body goes into reparations, and that's the physical part of sleeping, which I'm not extremely interested in. Okay, some people say, oh, you cleanse your liver, your organs, and that during night. The heart slows down a little bit, so it takes a little break. Yes, all of that happens. But there are so many things going on during the sleep state, during the dreaming state, that first of all, I think we connect to other realities for sure. We connect to hidden memories. We connect to other dimensions. We connect to higher or different versions of ourselves, different fractals, different stories, different places. I shared many times, and I'm sorry if I'm gonna bother you by sharing it one more time, but I shared that when I was young, I was living in Mexico City. So I share my story. I was born in Italy, but when I was 1, my father, because of work, got a job in Mexico City, so we all moved. So we're living in Mexico City, and it was very strange because the neighborhood we were living had a university right outside the neighborhood. It was what is called a closed community. So it had some walls and that, the whole neighborhood. And beyond those walls, there was a university. And I share this because around 6 to 7 years, I went through a period that I would have these dreams, which I now believe they were out-of-body experiences, or if you want to call them astral travels, whatever you want to call them, but they were real things. So they were real. They were not my imagination. And I didn't have the power as a 6, 7-year-old to come up with this. Okay. So I would see myself, first of all, in my room, and then I would see myself like the top of my house, the ceiling of my house. And then I would continue flying. I would see the university very clearly, the full neighborhood and the university on the side. How, like, you want to picture it with me, is something similar to Google Maps or something like that. Google Earth, sorry about that, Google Earth. Like when you zoom out from Google Earth. And then suddenly I will be in outer space. And one of my fractals is the blue avians. Actually, I'm a lady, blue avian. In my fractals. And they will come up and they will spend some time with me. We'll go traveling and so on. And the message was always, you are part of us, okay? We cannot go visit you there. We will do that if we could. You have to come out. They cannot go into this reality, okay? It's something very special and it's not part of the subject. So, but I wanted to share that all happened during the dream state, during the sleep state. So imagine if that stuff can happen, if people have out-of-body experiences, if people have lucid dreaming, if people have uncovering of memories of past lives and all that, all through the sleep state, how amazing it is. And you get it to have every night. So for years now, the Alex Show TV has been going on for more than 3 years. And since I started, I shared many times, prepare your sleep. 5 minutes before you're gonna go to sleep, just prepare it and just tell your soul, your spirit, your body, everything, your mind, what do you want to experience in this sleep? Trust me, it's something amazing when you tap into that. What I've been doing is, for a few months now, is I've been doing this, what is called breathing meditation before sleep. And it has been very, I'm not going to go into details what I've been achieving during sleep, but just has becoming quite interesting, okay? I think there's so much going on there. And I think we're going to see in one of these five episode series that one part of that, one episode is totally dedicated. Why don't we remember our dreams? And there's something to that, okay? Why? Because it's so amazing maybe that it's a defense mechanism that say, hey, you're going to experience it during that dream state, but you're not going to take it to this other reality, which is probably your brain is operating differently and it's not going to cut it. It's not going to be positive that you remember the things you're able to achieve during the sleep state. So let's watch the support video. It's focused more on the processes of the mind and the brain. That's fine. I wanted to really chip in by saying that this 5 episode series is going to be amazing because there's so much going, so much going during this natural sleep state that you think about it, everyone experiences. It's a beautiful gift in a way. We tend to think of sleep and dreaming and going to bed as far as just resting so we can have another, I mean, we focus it on the material, on the reality that we are. We don't see it as another world, okay, that opens up to us, other dimensions, timelines, traveling to time. It's amazing. We are basically in a spirit state. And there we can achieve basically anything we want. Let's watch the support video, and I'm going to give you my final thoughts on this first show of this 5 episode series on what happens during sleep.
Most people believe that sleep is a time when the brain powers down, a state of rest where mental activity fades into silence. But in reality, sleep is far from an inactive process. The brain doesn't fully shut down. It shifts into a highly dynamic state, sometimes becoming even more active than when you're awake. During the deepest stages of sleep, brain activity slows, allowing the body to restore itself. However, as soon as you enter the REM, rapid eye movement phase, the rules change. Instead of quieting down, specific regions of the brain light up with intense activity, resembling patterns seen when a person is fully awake. The prefrontal cortex, responsible for logic and decision-making, becomes less active. This explains why dreams often lack structure, defy the laws of reality, and follow bizarre, unpredictable paths. On the other hand, the visual cortex and limbic system, which control imagery and emotions, become hyperactive. This is why dreams can be so visually intense, emotionally charged, and sometimes even overwhelming. People often report dreams filled with extreme joy, fear, or nostalgia, feelings that can linger long after waking. The emotional weight of dreams can be so powerful that some individuals wake up laughing, crying, or even feeling physically drained, as if they had truly lived through the experience. This paradox raises a crucial question. If sleep is supposed to be a time of rest, why does the brain work harder during dreams? The answer lies in the way the brain reorganizes itself at night. Instead of focusing on external stimuli, as it does during waking life, it turns inward, processing information in a completely different way. It strengthens neural connections, consolidates memories, and sorts through emotions, sometimes replaying past experiences or constructing entirely new ones. This shift in brain function suggests something profound. Consciousness doesn't disappear when you sleep. It transitions. While your physical body remains motionless, your mind ventures into a realm where time bends, logic fades, and raw emotion takes over. Some scientists propose that this state is essential for creativity, problem-solving, and emotional regulation. People often wake up with sudden insights, as if their mind had been working through complex ideas without their conscious effort. This could explain the phenomenon of sleeping on a problem and waking up with an answer. But what if there's more to this than simple memory processing? Some researchers speculate that dreams may serve a deeper function, perhaps even allowing consciousness to tap into realities beyond our waking perception. The brain, in its heightened dream state, might not just be replaying the past. It could be exploring possibilities, accessing unseen dimensions of thought, or even connecting to something greater than it.
Okay, yes, as I mentioned, the support video in this case was going to focus on the activity of the mind and the brain during sleep, which certainly a lot of stuff is going on. I share many times that the brain is not the problem. The brain, the mind, whatever you want to call it, is not the problem. I see it more like a tool, an antenna. I think an antenna is a beautiful way of seeing it because it connects us to other things. It's the physical. I know there's a lot of emphasis on the chakras, the 7 chakras and all that, but I think also, for example, the pineal gland is really right there in the brain. It's who knows, maybe it's part of the brain in a way. And I think this antenna connects us to other things, and that's probably the reason why physiologically or in a more clinical way, analysis of brain activity during sleep is different. I remember a long time ago, it just came to me, by the way, I was not going to talk about this, but it came to me a long time ago. I had an EKG done, which is an analysis of the brain activity, electrical activity. And I remember there was some stuff going on that the person told me, hey, did you sleep during the test? And I said, no, because I really didn't. I said, no, we need to redo it because the activity I see is activity during sleep. And now that I connect the dots, that was surprising, I remember. And even the doctor told me there was something maybe we should look at because some parts of my brain, electrically speaking, were active during a conscious moment and they shouldn't be. So really the brain goes through some stuff during sleep, and I think it's the antenna that in a way, I always said, don't get me wrong, the mind is not the problem. The problem is when the mind goes beyond its cues and starts believing that it's going to tell us what to do, and it's going to tell us how to live our lives, and it's going to tell us how to react, and it's going to tell our intentions, and that through logic, through that analysis. That's what I'm really distancing myself from. But certainly during sleep, a lot of things go on. A lot of things. You're asleep, and you might think you're in this lower basic state, maybe physically speaking, because again, the process of detoxing and all that, and curing and resting. Yes, of course. But there is so much going on in a different path. I think everything opens to us. We're basically in this state, and please no one get upset from what I'm going to say. Some say sleep is the closest to death, and in death, everything opens up. We're in pure spirit state. We leave the body, and I think when sleep, the body goes into a primal, basic functioning state, and all of the other stuff opens up for you. Maybe it's starting to make sense. But anyhow, we have 5 shows to go. This is the first one. We're going to see how time works different in sleep. We'll also see stuff, what happens when we die in sleep, which is something quite amazing I want to share. And all of this stuff, time travel during sleep, how sleep could see the future or predict things. You're going to enjoy this 5-episode series. Thank you very much. Have a great week. If everything's okay, I shall see you back on Friday. Thank you. Have a great day. Thank you for making it to this part of the video. This is my favorite part. This is where I suggest to you that you discover your true self. You are not what you have been groomed to believe. You are this incredible being without limits that has eternal life, amazing strength, infinite wisdom, and a big, beautiful heart. All your limits are always self-imposed. Your best version in this reality is inside you. Your only mission on this life is to become a beacon of love and to serve others. This version is ready to be discovered today. How do you discover your true self? The discovery process is a personal one. No one can do it for you. Dedicate 5 minutes a day to talk to the universe. Simply ask, who am I? Where do I come from? What is my purpose? You will start getting signs, breakthroughs, and signals. You will notice how your notions about this reality start disappearing. No more hierarchies, no more competition, no more complaining, no more depending on others. Discovering your true self equals to real freedom. Your self-imposed limits will fall and you will be ready to understand this reality, but you must be patient to allow others to wake up at their time through their own free will. That will be really soon, you will see, and that will set up a new world. As you work towards your best version, you will notice how all emotions don't serve you anymore. Hate, fear, rage, pride, lust, envy, violence, justice, true violence, judgment of others, and other emotions will disappear from your mind and heart. You will understand those emotions serve only your egoic mind and are not you. Please try to be understanding of others that don't think or feel like you. Everyone has a process. No one is right or wrong. We're all just different. Don't be concerned about being right, ever. Don't allow pride preventing you from patching things up with family and friends. It is very important you enjoy this life with your loved ones. Put in the work to patch things up and leave it to others to decide. Thank you very much for watching. Please share, like, and subscribe. If you have any comments or suggestions, please use the comment section below. For private questions, conversations, and if you would like to appear on the show, please email me at hey@thealexshow.tv. Thank you again. Please don't forget to visit our website www.thealexshow.tv. By giving me your time, you honor me. Have a very, very, very nice day.